Imagine you've got people all over the world searching for specific topics on the net. What you want to do is filter that funnel right down to a tiny little channel and just get the most relevant people inquiring on your website. Now, the Holy Grail, there are companies out there that will tell you, they'll phone you up and they'll say, we can get you on page one, no problem, sir. Organic listing, you'll be up there, it'll be free of charge, you'll get loads of great inquiries. Just honestly, take it with a pinch of salt. It could take weeks, it could take months, or it could take years. We've got websites on page one of Google on the organic listing. Some of them have taken 2 or 3 years to get there. Some of them have taken a few weeks, but that's in the minority, and we make no guarantees about how long it takes. Just in case you weren't familiar, and I'm sure most of you are familiar, you'll all have seen a search page on Google, I'm sure. What we have on the left-hand side in the middle are what we call the organic listing. Those websites are there because they're relevant to the particular search term or phrase. I've searched on Corrado Island holidays, which is one of our key websites, and it's come up with, and obviously the page is a lot longer than you can see on the screen here. I can tell you now, we are not on page one. Wish we were, but we're not. But those in the middle there are there free of charge. They're there because they're relevant. People click on them, they stay on them, they navigate around them, look at different pages, etc., etc. The ones on the right-hand side and the top 3 are what we call sponsored links. Sponsored links generated through a Google AdWords campaign. Some of you will know about Google AdWords, some of you won't. But basically, those ads are there because they pay to be there. But unlike normal advertising, they only actually incur a cost if somebody clicks on the link. If nobody clicks on the advert, it doesn't cost them anything. Okay. Now we, like everybody else, can guarantee you a page one listing on Google AdWords from day one. So if you were to join us as a travel franchisee, we'll give you a travel website, we can get you up there straight away, no problem at all. It just costs money. You can do most things with money. People only pay if they click on your website, which is brilliant. You can choose the time, the days of the week, the times your ad appears. So, you know, if it's a nocturnal ad, you can set the time from midnight to 5 in the morning if you want. You can set it, if you only want to work between 8 and 12, you can set it for 8 and 12. You can set it for days of the week. You can set a daily budget, which is fantastic. You can control your costs, and you can monitor how many inquiries you get for every pound that you're spending and increase it or decrease it accordingly. And you can establish a campaign which will accurately meet your sales target. So if you want to earn £20,000 a year or generate £50,000 a year profit, you can, through using Google AdWords, manipulate your campaign to generate the inquiries that will then generate you the sales and the profit to achieve your targets. This is Vicky, as you can see. Now Vicky's one of our franchisees. She's on our stand today if you needed to talk to her. She joined us about 12 months ago. And this is her website. This is Corrado Island in the Maldives. It's probably where we'd all like to be right now, but sadly we're at the NEC. Corrado Island is a tiny little island. It's just a mile long, quarter of a mile wide, 600 guests per week. Most people only go there for 1 week. And the activities include sunbathing, snorkeling, scuba diving, and just chilling out. It's not a place for kids. It's not a sort of a family holiday resort. It's more for couples and honeymooners and that sort of thing. And this is what I'm talking about when it comes to specialization. This is such a focused website where Vicky is not trying to sell all sorts of travel to all sorts of people all over the place. She's identified a market that she wants to be in. It's a luxury market, high-end, high value, high profit. And what we did And again, I've only got 15 minutes now, so I can't go into this in too much detail. But what we did, some of you will recognise this screen, some of you won't. This is a Google AdWords campaign. And unfortunately, I can't walk over there and just tell you what it is all about because I've got to stand here. But that basically is showing you a very, very focused campaign where we've got on the far left-hand side, you'll see two campaign groups, two advert groups, okay, that we're running for her. The ad campaigns that we run, i.e. those sponsored links on the right-hand side, is what we call an ad, okay, an advert, and that's one of the two adverts that we run for Vicky. Highly focused. The heading represents a key phrase that people use when they're searching for Corrado Island holidays. Now remember here, we're not looking for people who are looking for holidays in the Maldives. There's 90 odd resorts, it's too much, and they might not want Corrado. We're looking for people who know about Corrado, they've been there before, or they've been recommended Corrado, or they've researched Corrado on the internet, and that's where they want to go. So it's a highly qualified lead when we get it. And on the right hand side, I've just taken a snapshot of the key words we've optimized within that ad. So if anybody types in one of those phrases into Google, that advert will appear on the right hand side on page 1. They can then click on it, and if you notice, Corrado Island Resort exactly matches our top phrase. Now Google will tell you, I'm having a go at Google, aren't I, today, but I'm not really. Google will tell you just to put the word or phrase in, nothing more. We don't, we put it in square brackets. If you put it in square brackets, your advert will only appear when that exact phrase is typed into Google in that exact way. If they put Island Resort Corrado in, it won't show. They have to put in Corrado Island Resort or Corrado Island, etc., etc. Now clearly, check the time, clearly, if you're selling a very broad range of products, or a very, if you were trying to sell, let's say, holidays in Africa, massive continent, you'd have to have hundreds of adverts, literally thousands of keywords. Your budget would be absolutely astronomical in order to capture your marketplace. And not only that, you would be competing against Kuoni, Thomas Cook, First Choice, Cosmos. These are huge global companies. You will never ever beat them on the bidding war to get your advert on page 1. By focusing, and Kuoni and Cosmos both sell this particular island, but our advert will always appear on page 1. And the budget, and I will show you, sorry, I've forgotten what screen it's on, but we'll come to the budget. But we spend roughly £200 a month, and I'll show you how many sales we generate, and I think you'll be quite surprised. This is just a snapshot now of our ad campaigns and the number of clicks. The graph actually shows the number of clicks. And again, if I could walk over there, I'd tell you how many clicks, and I can't read it from here. Can somebody read how many clicks came in on the last day? Is it 30 or something like that? 20, 30? It's a low number. And that's what we want. We want a low number. I know that sounds bizarre, but we don't want, Vicky can't handle 100 phone calls, 90 of which are completely irrelevant, but she can handle 10, and they are relevant, and she can quote 10, and she'll convert them. So this is all really, really key to being successful. And the key words, and this screen actually does show you, those are all the keywords we use, and the only keywords we use for this website. 100% unambiguous and 100% exact matching. And you will see, if you can read the screen, the total cost, sort of the middle column, and that's for 1 month, I did that graph, is £207. That's it, £50 a week to run your business. It's a minimal budget. And that generates sales of this magnitude. So unfortunately I didn't have the figures for September, but for the previous 3 months, over £100,000 worth of sales were generated through that one website. I don't know whether you're surprised, impressed, not impressed, I don't know. But as a consultant franchisee with us, you don't just get one specialist website, you get 4. 3? 4, look, 4. 4. You get 4 websites. They're not all going to perform as well as this one. If you get 2 that perform as well as that one, you can see the sort of profit you're going to generate and the sort of earnings you're going to generate. It's going to be phenomenal. Clearly I'm showing you a fantastic example, but we do have other examples. And again, if you come to the stand, I can show you live on the web some of the other websites. But to give you an idea of the diversity of what we have, out of our 350 plus websites on the web, we've got things like, in fact, we've got a guy on the stand, Stephen, who is an international ski instructor. He's a franchisee and he does ski coaching holidays to Austria. So he'll take a group of, I think, up to 8 people out to Hintertux in Austria, coach them for a week, come back, pick up the next group and go back out again. That's pretty specialised. In fact, it's so specialised because nobody else has got Stephen, apart from Stephen. We've got an opera website selling opera in Verona. Paul is actually our top earning franchisee. The season for opera in Verona is 2 months, July and August. Phenomenally successful. He transports people from all over the world, as far away as Australia, to go to the opera in Verona. It's world famous. And one of the key things that we've got in our favour is that we are, in the UK, the only official ticket agent for the Verona Opera. And getting tickets for the Verona Opera, I don't know whether you've tried, maybe you have, maybe you haven't, is like, well, it's very hard, put it that way. Other things we've got, gosh, we've got so many things. We've got fishing in Siberia. If anybody's into ice fishing, you can do that. And the interesting thing about these things, you know, people often say, well, you know, that's too niche. It's too niche. It's not. The less niche, the more general you go, the less successful you're going to be. The more focused you are, the more successful you'll be on the web. And it doesn't matter whether I'm talking about travel, it could be selling garden products, it doesn't matter. The more focused, the better. And when you do the links, by the way, forgot to mention it, but when you do the links in from your adverts, make sure that the link goes directly to the relevant page on your website, not just to the home page, because if the home page isn't relevant, they won't go any further. Okay, that was a very, very quick overview. I hope I wasn't too fast, and I hope I explained that as well as I could. Just in case you are interested in knowing more about what we do and how we optimise our websites and sell travel on the web, we're holding 2 presentations. They're completely free of charge down in Milton Keynes. It's only 45 minutes down the road. They last a couple of hours, and we will go through this in a lot more detail, show you our systems, how we find and put together travel packages, and we'll also show you some of the other franchisee websites. And I think that's it. We're on stand F70 if you need to know any more. But thank you very much.